Miad Rishayim, Miad Tzilim, Urzaru El Tzadik, Urzaru El Tzadik, Uli Yishalef, Simcha, Simcha Tzadikim, Baranai, Ve'adu Lezecher Kodsho, Mizmor Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash. You can do it. You can do it, Goldstein. I'm practicing my transition. You know, I told you I have two hard transitions. Now I'm drumming for one of them. going to start humming and see if they come in. What do you think? It's okay. They'll find their way in. Dane? Dana? Should I put myself on here? Okay, I'm going to. Hi, everyone. I guess this is supposed to happen here. Okay. I just put it on.
Yeah.
Okay, we were humming Shalom Aleichem on page 5. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ba'achem l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom. I'm Rabbi Elizabeth Goldstein. It's so nice to be here with you, to daven, to pray with you, to be invited into your community, to celebrate Shabbat with you. Looking forward to a wonderful Shabbat and Saturday night and Sunday and lots of things. I'm going to do, I came to one of your Zoom Friday nights a couple of weeks ago, and I'm gonna, yes, I remember you from, I remember you from the Zoom. So I'll try to, keep with a lot of your traditional tunes, and I'm gonna change up a couple of them, but hopefully not too many. And if something's not familiar, please just lie along, or, just close your eyes and meditate and come into Shabbat in the way that is comfortable for you. So we'll continue on page 10 with Yedid Nefesh. Yedid Nefesh Av HaRachaman Mishoch Avdach El Ritzonach Yarutz Avdach Kimo Ayal Yishtachaveh Mul Hadarach Ki Erav Lo Yedidutach Minofetzu V'chol Tam Hadur Nahe Ziv HaOlam Nafshi Chol Adava Ana elna refana la beharot lano am sivach astid chazek v'tid rape v'haitalach shivchat olam v'tik yemu rachamecha v'chusana ben ohavach ki ze kama nichsaf lirot b'tiferet uzach ana eli machmad libi chushana v'yalti talam higalena ufros chaviv alai et sukat shalomach ta'ir eretz mikvodach nagila v'nismecha bach maher ahuv kiva moed v'chaneni ki me'olam Yananai nai 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 nananai nai 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 Yananai nai 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 Yananai nai nai Yananai nai 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 Yananai nai 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 Yananai nai 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 Yananai nai 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 Yananai nai 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 Yananai nai 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 nananai nai nai Yananai nai 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 Yananai nai 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 Yananai nai 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 Continue with the Psalms for Shabbat, starting on page 11. And as we go through these Psalms, each representing one day of the week, it's kind of customary to think about your week. Maybe not every aspect of every moment, but perhaps there's things that were really wonderful this week that you want to hold on to, take with you into Shabbat. And perhaps there's things that didn't go so well or kind of wish didn't happen or would like to leave behind as you enter into Shabbat. And you can use that time to hold on to those things and then gently let them go. Lechu niranen al Adonai, Nariya l'tzor yishenu, Nekad mafanav betodah, Bizmirot nariya lo, Ki el gadol Adonai, Umelech gadol al kol Elohim, Asher biyado mechkerei haaretz, v'toafot harim lo, Asher lo hayalez. Arba'im shana akut bedor, va'omar amto elevavhem, v'hem lo yadu derachai, Asher nishpati v'yapi, im yavon el menuchati. Yain ain shiru ladonai shir chadash, shiru ladonai kol haaretz, shiru ladonai baruch shemo, basru miyom leyom yeshuato. Sapru v'goyim kevodo b'chol hamim, niflotav ki gadol Adonai, hulal meod, norahu al kol Elohim, nai ki kol Elohe ha'amim elilim, v'Adonai shamayim asa. Hod v'hadar lefanav, Oz v'tiferet v'mikdasho, Havu l'Adonai, Mishpechot amim havu l'Adonai, Kavod v'oz, Havul Adonai Kevod Shemo Se'u Mincha Uvo Lechatzrotav Nai 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 Shtachvu Adonai Behadrat Kodesh Chilu Mipanav Kol Haaretz Imru Vagoyim Adonai Malach Avti Kon Tevel Timo Din Ahamim V'Mesharim Yismechu Hashamayim V'Tagel Haaretz Yiram Hayam Lo Yalo Shaddai V'Chol Asher Bo Nai 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 Az Yiranenu Kol Atzeyar Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishpot Haaretz Yishpot Tevel B'Tzedek V'Yamim B'Emunato Yanai Nanai Nai Nai Nanai Nai Yai Nai 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 Yai Nai 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 Yai Nai 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 Yai Nai Nai Nai. If you have lost us, we're at the top of 15, although it sounds like you're right along with us. Adonai Malach Tagel Haaretz Yismechu im Rabim Anan V'Rafel Svivav Tzedek U'Mishpat Machon Kiso Yesh Lefanav Telech. If you'd like to join me 4 lines down on 16. Shama vatismach Tzion vatagelna benot Yehuda leman mishpatecha Adonai Ki ata Adonai Elyon al kol haaretz meod na'aleta al kol Elohim Ohave Adonai sinura shomer nafshan chasidav miad rishayim yatzileim or zaru ala tzadik u'lirishay lev simcha simchu tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho mizmor shiru l'Adonai shir chadash ki niflahot asa Hoshia lo yamino uzro hakodsho Hodia Adonai Yeshuato Le'enei Hagoyim Gilatzin Kato Zachar Chasto V'Emunato Leveit Yisrael Ra'u Chol Afsei Haaretz Et Yeshuat Eloheinu Hari al Adonai Kol Haaretz Pitzchu V'Ranenu V'Zameru Zamru l'Adonai Bechinor V'Kol Zimra V'Chatzatzrot V'Kol Shofar Hariu Lifnei HaMelech Adonai Iram Hayam Umlo'o Tevel V'Yoshveva Neharot Yimcha'u Chaf Yachad Harim Yeranenu Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishpot Haaretz Yishpot Tevel B'Tzedek V'Yamim B'Mesharim Yanai Nanai Nai Nanai Yanai Nanai Nai Nai Yanai Nanai Nai Nanai Yanai Nanai Nai Page 19. Adonai malach yirgezu amim yoshev keruvim tanu taretz Adonai b'tzion gadol v'ramhu al kol Elohim. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Page 21. Mizmor leDavid, Havul Adonai b'nei Elim, Havul Adonai, Kavod va'oz, nai, 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 Havul Adonai, Kevod Shemo, Ishtachavu Adon, Bahadrat Kodesh, Kol Adonai, Al Hamayim, El HaKavod Hirim, Adonai, Amayim Rabim, Kol Adonai, Bakoach, nai, 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 Kol Adonai Behadar, Kol Adonai Shover Arazim, Vaishaber Adonai et Arzei Havanon, Vayarkidem Kemo Egel, Levanon, Vesirion, Kemo Ben Reimim, nai, 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 Kol Adonai, Chotzev Lavodesh, Kol Adonai, Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai Echol Ayalot, Vayechesof Yearot, Uveichalo Kulo Omer Kavod, nai, 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 Adonai, Lama Buya Shava Yeshev Adon, Melech Leolam, Adonai Oz, Le'amo Yiten Adonai Yivarech et Amo Vashalom, Yai, nai, 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 Yai, nai, 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 Yai, nai, 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 Yai, nai, 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 nai. So I hope your travel through the 6 Psalms helped you let go of some of the things that you hope to let go of as you came into Shul tonight. And I hope the things that were special for you during the week that you were able to reflect upon and take with you into Shabbat. If there's one conversation or touch or a work product or smile from a loved one or a friend that was meaningful for you, I hope you
hold on to that and take it with you into Shabbat. I want to share Lecha Dodi with you. One day when I don't know, it must have been during the pandemic or a little bit, maybe towards the end of it, I went to a very lush island. So from Spokane to Seattle is like 4.5 to 5 hours. So if you go another hour, you could take a ferry to a lot of very pretty islands. And I went to one called Whidbey Island by myself. It was like a long story why I ended up going by myself, but it was a happy time, and I got to stay for 2 or 3 days alone with my guitar, and I came back with what I call the Whidbey Lecha Dodi. So I'd like to share that with you tonight, and I hope it brings you a Shabbat peace as we welcome the Shabbat bride. And I know that in your congregation, you do the first 2 paragraphs and the last 2 paragraphs. Not every congregation does that. Some do 1, 2, 5, and 8. But I know that you do 1, 2, whatever it is, 7, 8. Okay, so I will do that. Miriam, you want to play the drums? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I have to remember it. Okay. Yeah, I'll do a little. Keep going. Yai na 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 na. Yai na 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 na. Yai na 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 na. Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Ishmi'anu El HaMyuchad Adonai Echad Ushmo Echad L'Shem Tifereth V'Litila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechu V'Nelcha Ki Mekor Habracha Merosh Mikadem Nesucha Sof Maseh B'machshavat Chila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Yaminu Smo Yaminu Smo Tifrotzi Viet Adonai Taritzi Al Yarish Ben Parti V'nismecha V'nagila Lecha Dodi Li Ikrat Kala Pene Miriam Nekabela Vo'i v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha u'v'tzola toch emunei am segula Vo'i chala lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala Pene Shabbat nekabela. Page 29. Adonai malach gehut lavish, lavish Adonai. Osi Dazar, Aftikon Tevel Baltimot. I feel like I'm screaming. Edo Techanemnu Meod Levin Chanava Kodesh Adonai Leorech Yamim. Okay, we're going to backtrack a little bit because we need to welcome in the mourners on page 26. Hamakom yenachem etchem betoch sha'ar avalei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. And we read the names of the list from last week, as is your custom, correct? Okay. Yes? You can't hear me? Oh, how about this? How about I hold it like this? Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to read the names of the yard site list from last week, and then we'll read the names for this week. Well, you know this is your congregation. Okay, so we remember at this point in the service, Max Sherman. And is it your custom to stand when a name? No. We don't know. No, I understand that, but sometimes, okay, some communities have a custom that when they hear the name of the loved one, that family stands. I didn't want to miss your custom if that was your custom. Okay, so I got it, thank you. Max Sherman, William Rothman, Bertha Gross, Anna Assarch, Abe Fine, Raymond Bell, Tilly Blumberg, Lorraine Plasker, Norman Plasker, Louise Davidson Weiss, Stephen Dubansky, Alice Larson, Ruth Simon, Elaine Friedman, Lothar Beerhoff, Bertie Skolt, Bess Waldinger, Phyllis Kirschner, Adam Lambert, Max Bernstein, Ida Klein, Lester Pearl, Robert Philip Simon, Irene Finkelstein, Rhoda Chester, Carla Lebo Hahn, Max Gendler, Rachel Spiro, Rita Latween, Sid Dunnett, Seaman Rubinson, Carolyn Rosenfeld, Francis Raffleson, Morris Bregan, and Tamara Schwendinger. And as is your custom, as we rise together, okay, I'm sorry, folks, that we're a little out of order here, but I just feel like once we read the names, we should say the Kaddish. Okay, page 30. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, b'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uv'yizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach leolam omei omaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudsha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran b'yama v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yal kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. Please be seated. Okay. So I'd like to do the psalm for Shabbat and then go on with Mariv, if that's okay. So page 27, and Miriam, you're page 27, and Miriam, you're back on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so in the psalm for Shabbat, which we can now sing because we've entered, Shabbat has come in with Lecha Dodi, and we'll focus on the words Tov lehodot ladonai at the second line through the Emunatcha Ba'leilot. Tov lehodot. Oh, sorry, you start. Tov lehodot ladonai ulezamer leshimcha elyon. Tov lehodot ladonai ulezamer leshimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker chastecha ve'emunatcha ba'leilot. Lehagid baboker chastecha ve'emunatcha ba'leilot. It's very easy. Tov lehodot ladonai ulezamer leshimcha elyon. Tov lehodot ladonai ulezamer leshimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker chastecha ve'emunatcha ba'leilot. Lehagid baboker chastecha ve'emunatcha ba'leilot. Tov lehodot ladonai ulezamer leshimcha elyon. Tov lehodot ladonai ulezamer leshimcha elyon. That Mizmor, that Tov lehodot, comes from a community called Nava Tehillah in Jerusalem, and during this past year, it's been important to me to honor their tunes. So we'll continue davening to ourselves through the end of Psalm 92. Odinavun b'seva d'sheni v'rananim yihu lahagin ki ashar Adonai tzuri v'lo avlaha tabohu. Okay, and since we already did 93, we won't do that again. And so we will continue with the beginning of the Mariv service with Baruch Hu on page 39. Please rise if you are able. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. And if you can turn to your, I'm going to just hold this because it seems to be easier. Okay, if you turn to your handout, your Ma'ariv Aravim handout, it's a little bit of a call and response. If you love this paragraph and davening through it, you're more than welcome to daven through the traditional paragraph. But you'll get most of the words in this. Okay, so evening, and you sing. No, you just sing evening. Okay. Evening, the evenings. Now we do this together. Evening, the frayed edges of our life. Then I sing Ma'ariv, and you sing Aravim. Amen. There you go. Sacred words, even the evenings. Wisdom opens gates locked around our hearts. Asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim. B'chokhma poteach she'arim. Evening, the evenings. Evening, the frayed edges of our lives. Ma'ariv Aravim. Amen. Understanding alters with the times, changing seasons, cycles divine. Uvitbuna mishana itim, umachalif et hazmanim. Evening, the evenings. Evening, the frayed edges of our lives. Ma'ariv Aravim. Amen. Paint diamonds on the canvas called sky. Soothe our souls with a lilting lullaby. Umisader et ha-kochavim. B'mishprotehem b'rakia kirtzono. Evening, the evenings. Evening, the frayed edges of our lives. Ma'ariv Aravim. Amen. Rolling, rolling into the night. Rolling, rolling away the light. Golel or mipnei choshech. Golel choshech mipnei or. Evening, the evenings. Evening, the frayed edges of our lives. Ma'ariv Aravim. Amen. Spirit of the night, we bless your name. Eternal light, eternal flame. El Chai v'Kayam tamidim lo chalenu. Leolam vaed. Evening, the evenings. Evening, the frayed edges of our lives. Ma'ariv Aravim. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Amen, amen, amen. Page 40. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amcha havta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbenu uvkumenu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha Uvmitzvotecha leolam vaed, ki hem chayenu, v'orech yameinu, uvahem yageyomam valayla, ki hem chayenu, v'orech yameinu, uvahem negeyomam valayla, ki hem chayenu, v'orech yameinu, uvahem negeyomam Balayla v'ahavadcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'ham v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'vlechtecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'od al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'hisharech v'haya yimshol Yisrael tzvosai. Adonai Elohechem emet emet v'emunah kol zahut v'kayam aleinu ki hu Adonai Eloheinu v'yim tolato v'yanach Yisrael amochim. The top of page 44. U'malchuto b'ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe u'Miriam v'nei Yisrael lechanu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot osefele Malchutecha ra'u v'anecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe Ze'eli anu v'yamru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed v'nehemar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov uge'alo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai gal Yisrael. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Please pray with me on 45. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us, shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Please rise if you are able. Page 46. V'shamru es b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam v'rit Lam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam beini uven b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam v'shamru B'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berito. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz v'shamru B'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat Dorotam berit olam Uvayom hashvi Shavat vayinafash Shavat vayinafash Shavat vayinafash V'shamru V'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat Dorotam berit olam. We'll continue with the Chatzi Kaddish at the bottom of the page, and we'll go immediately into our silent Friday night Amidah, starting on page 47. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah B'yamadi rachir te v'yamlich malchutei V'chayechonu v'yomechonu v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala u'vizman kariv V'meru amin Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach Le'olam le'omei omaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitrama v'yitnaseh V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudusha Li'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran v'alma v'meru amin.
Yaseh shalom bimromav, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amin. Yaseh shalom bimromav, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, imeru, amin. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Continue on page 53. Please rise if you are able. Vayechulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzivam, vayich Elohim vayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa, vayishpot vayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa. Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i, vayikadesh oto, ki vo shavat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasod. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon Konei Shamayim va'aretz, Magen Avot bidvaro, V'chaye metim b'mamaro, Ha'el hakadosh ein kamohu, Hameniach li'amo b'yom Shabbat kodsho, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Levam ratza lehaniach lahem, Lefanav navod b'yirav afachad, V'nodeh lishmo b'chol yom tamid, me'on habrachot. El ha'hodahot, Adon ha'shalom, Mekadesh ha'shabbat u'mvarech shvi, u'meniach b'kdusha, li'amedu shnei oneg, Zecher lemase v'reishit. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu b'imotenu, ritzeh b'mnuchatenu, kodshenu b'mitzvotecha v'ten chalkenu b'toratecha, sabenu mituvecha v'samchenu b'yeshuatecha, v'taher libenu le'ovdecha be'emet, v'hanchilenu Adonai Eloheinu b'yahava v'ratzon Shabbat kodshecha, v'yenuchu v'Yisrael mikadesh shemecha, Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh hashabbat. We continue standing for the Kaddish Shalom, page 54. Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach v'yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedechol beit Yisrael b'galav v'zman kariv v'yimeru. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam le'omei olmaya yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yibar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha. Le'lam in kol birchata v'shirata tishbachata v'nechamata da'miran b'yama v'imeru. Tidkabel tzolot honovaton d'chol Yisrael kadama v'hundi v'shmaya v'imru. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Ohoseh shalom bihim romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimeru. Amen. You may be seated. I don't know how you fit all this davening into your services. It's a lot. It's really wonderful, and it's really fun to get to do. Okay, I'm going to give a short sermon, relatively short. Oh, okay, I'll give a short sermon, sort of short.
Okay. Um, so I grew up in New Jersey, northern New Jersey, a small suburb of New York City, and I belonged to a synagogue that used a conservative siddur but condensed the service, used guitar, and had a folksy style. The kids in the congregation went to public school for the most part, and I went to an Orthodox day school, but my parents were not Orthodox. If you want to know more about that, ask me during the wine. Okay. While I felt different from a lot of the kids in my community, both at school and at shul, I had the profound sense that as a child in the congregation, I was beloved. I think all of the kids felt this way. There was a sense we had from the grown-ups that our presence was very important. Even if we didn't demonstrate passion for Judaism, complained about Sunday school, even if sometimes we were a little bored, nevertheless, we felt that it was special that we were there. All communities, I think, but especially Jewish communities, at least to me, seem to always value the children in their midst. Sometimes we don't do a great job expressing that to them. We shush them in services, tell them not to run in the halls, or prod them to study the prayers. But in the wake of the Holocaust, we knew that living as Jewish children and being seen in the synagogue was the most important gift that we could give the community. I still hope that young people today have that sense, that they have that feeling, that we are so happy that they are present and that they are beloved. We don't always know the best way to integrate the next generation, and sometimes what has worked in the past does not work in the current climate. When we try to innovate, there is a fear that some part of our past may be lost to us to accommodate the new. In this week's Torah portion, we find one of two unique situations in which Moses is presented with a question that he is unable to answer. Revelation of the law at Sinai could not help him confront the challenges that arose that particular day. I am speaking of the matter of the daughters of a man named Selefchad. Says the Torah, the daughters of Selefchad of the Manassite family came forward. The names of the daughters were Machla, Noah, Hogla, Milcah, and Tirzah. They stood before Moses, Eleazar the priest, the chieftains, and the whole assembly at the entrance of the tent of meeting, and they said, Our father died in the wilderness. Let not our father's name be lost to his clan, just because he had no son. Give us a holding among our father's kinsmen. Moses brought their case before Adonai, and God said to Moses, The plea of Zelophehad's daughters is just. You should give them a hereditary holding among the father's kinsmen. Transfer their father's shares to them. Further, speak to the Israelite people and say to them, If a householder dies without leaving a son, you shall transfer his property to his daughter. If he has no daughter, you shall assign his property to his brothers. And if he has no brothers, you shall assign his property to his father's brothers. If his father has no brothers, you shall assign his property to the nearest relative in his own clan who shall inherit it. This shall be the law for all the Israelites in accordance with God's command to Moses. End quote. Our Midrash teaches that this new law is merited because of the perseverance and the meritorious nature of the ones asking. It was by merit of these daughters that the new law was created, just as new law was created for the people who were impure and couldn't participate in the Passover sacrifice back in chapter 9. The same Hebrew root is used in both cases, gimel, resh, ayin, gara, to diminish. The people who missed out on observing Passover and getting to participate in that sacrifice asked that they not be diminished for observing the positive and a very important commandment to bury the dead. That's how they contracted the impurity in the first place, which debarred them from participating in Passover. In this case, Moses also asked God for the solution, and a new law was created. It's called Pesach Sheni, second Passover, that would allow people to have a second chance to celebrate Passover. The same root, gara, diminishing, is used here also with the situation of the 5 daughters. Should their father's name, legacy, inheritance be diminished because he had no sons? Surely this could not be the intended outcome of God's law. In these cases where God's law would be diminished, Moses takes it upon himself to check in with God about amending the law. We learn from this situation and the parallel one about Passover, back in chapter 9 of Numbers, that it's not a burden to create something new for the next generation. The guidelines established in the Torah are helpful to assess whether something new can be created to meet the need of the time. 1. Are the changes or the changers or the requesters respectful of those who came before? Are they willing to acknowledge that there was wisdom in the previous decisions that have a lasting impact? And 2nd, do the changers or the requesters engage in the law and logic of the Torah to bring forth the change? In other words, are they speaking from inside the system to change the system? In both cases, the petitioners act accordingly, showing respect for what has come before and using the logic of the Torah. And in both cases, Moses, through God, adapts the law to accommodate those who bring the new idea. Fast forward, very fast forward, to 2010. I moved to Spokane, Washington, a small and compared to New Jersey, relatively isolated Jewish community. I saw something kind of amazing in this community. I learned that the B'nai Mitzvah students worked with their peer mentors in the congregation to learn the service. Not that the rabbi didn't help the students with their speeches and their Torah study, but I learned that there just wasn't the available staff in Spokane to tutor the kids. And the rabbi at that time had high expectations. Not only would they chant the Maftir and the Haftorah, but they were expected to lead the whole morning service, Torah service, and Musaf. This has remained the practice over the last 20 years in Spokane, and the peer mentorship has continued. I've watched these relationships blossom. Teens who knew their stuff would take on the younger kids and work with them, stand with them on the bima, and even give a speech to them at their B'nai Mitzvah. Over the years, I watched what started out as a necessity become an endearing and enriching ritual that brings together young teens and older teens. These relationships are the building blocks for the next generation of synagogue service participants, and it's likely that these kids, if they stay in town, will choose to integrate their own children into this system. I think we meet the challenges of the next generation by providing them access to our traditions and by empowering them to lead and to teach us. It takes some amount of trust to put our faith in them, but when we do, and it works, the benefits can be astounding. Peer mentoring is only one layer of the potential I see. I've always thought that if I were to serve a congregation, that I would aim to pair people intergenerationally. We have so much to learn from each other, but we gravitate toward people who are like us, the same age, the same life stage, the same kinds of professions, the same hobbies, the same politics. These relationships and friendships are great, and no doubt are also the building blocks of Jewish communities. But what if we paired our youth with older people in the congregation? What if we paired teens with older professionals? What if we were to create a whole new set of friendships and relationships that solidified the strong ties of the community and boosted our Jewish communities into the future? We don't have Moses to check with God as we navigate the future, but we do have the wisdom of those who came before us, who know the value of Jewish tradition, and who are unafraid to put their faith in our young people, who in partnership with us can forge a strong path into the Jewish future. Shabbat Shalom. I invite you to rise for Aleinu, page 56. What? No, I can hold it. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol ate gedula liyotzer breshit shelo asanu kigoye haratzot v'lo samanu k'mishpechot adama shelo samchalkenu kahem v'gohor aleinu k'chol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu noteh shamayim v'yosed aretz u'moshev yikaro b'shamayim imal u'shchinatu zo begovhei meromim hu Eloheinu einod emet malkeinu efezulato Kakatu v'torato v'yadata yom v'hashevota elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim imahal v'yal haaretz mitachat einod al ken nekavalecha. Hakatuv b'toratecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Can be seated. Grant that the memories of those who have gone before us be a source of strength for me and for everyone of the house of Israel. May the souls of our departed find peace in your sheltering care, and may we all be blessed with peace, tranquility, and the fullness of life. In this congregation, we remember that, we acknowledge the Shloshim of David Guttmacher, and we will mention the names of those during Yahrzeit: Samuel Robinson, Gordon Nunemaker, Shirley Silver, Tina Bixler, David Pitzel, Maurice Schwartz, Belle Mintzer, Ruth Goodman, Eugene Osby, Melvin Givant, Daniel Tubes, Louis Peshkin, Nancy Metz, Esther F. Schneider, Louis Rader, Helen Mizvinsky, Miss Bessie Siegel, Judy Goldberg, Sheldon Rabinowitz, Jonathan V. Higgins, Louis Hyman, Annette Rothman Siegel, Madeline Rosenberg Peel, Betty Sherman, Rose Lakowski, Seymour Metrick, Claire Greenspoon. Are there any names that anyone would like to add? So we can't, I heard that the funeral hasn't happened yet, so it would be customary to mention it after the Kaddish, which I was planning to do. But if anyone else from, maybe you hear from out of town, or anyone has a name that we want to mention. Okay, so if it's your custom to rise, or if we rise as one congregation, we'll do so on page 58. Yit kadal v'yit kadash me rabba v'yalma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael b'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'olam omei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudsha brichu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlava rabba min shemaya v'chayim alenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom alenu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yeshvei tevel v'imru amen. May God, who makes peace in the heavens, grant peace to us, to all Israel, to all humanity. Let us say amen. And now I will announce and send condolences to the family of Sigmund Charles Nussbaum, who passed away July 24th. How about Yigdal? You like Yigdal? Okay. Which tune of the two tunes that I know do you? Yigdal. Wait, sing it again. Bach nimsa v'yehin ed el Yeshuato echad v'yen yachid keyichudo ne'lam v'gam ein sof li'achdu. 62. Ein lo demut haguf ve'ein no guf lo naharoch elav kedushato kadmon l'chol davar asher nivra rishon v'ein reshit l'reshito hino adon olam v'chol no tzar yoreh gedulato malchuto Shefan nevuato netahano elahan shesegulato v'tifarto lo kam b'Yisrael kemoshe naviu mahavir et temunato Toratem et natan leyahamo ehel yad neviyo neman beito lo yachal Yifa'el velo yamir dato Le'olamim lezulato Tzofev yodea setarenu mabit l'sof davar v'kadmato Gomel ish chesed kemifalo Noten l'rashara kerishato Yishlach l'ketz yamin meshichenu Livdot mechakeket yeshuato Meitim Yechayael v'rov chasto Baruch Adonai Hashem Tehilato Meitim Yechayael v'rov chasto Baruch Adonai Hashem Tehilato Shabbat Shalom.
I'm just going to make a really quick announcement. Thank you to Don and Gail, who sponsored a lovely cheese and wine after services is in the atrium. And please join us all weekend long for our scholar in residence, Rabbi Elizabeth Goldstein, PhD. She's a scholar and a PhD and a rabbi and amazing. And she's going to give us all kinds of amazing services and songs and Havdalah and classes all weekend long. So if you'd like to visit her in the atrium after services, please do that. And next weekend, again, we have another rabbi coming in doing a similar kind of all weekend long situation. So thank you. Yes, it's in the announcement that they can sign up for Signa Spam. If you could sit, that would be great. Thank you, Missy.